And then I think this leads... Yep, we're back in this room. I believe there's a gold scatula on this wall or something. Yep. There we go. I'm gonna assume the hook shot can reach there. Let's not fall now. Let's be careful. Baby steps. There we go, and that's 28, I think. Isn't it? 28, correct. Okay. Careful. Easy. Easy. Okay. Hello. Goodbye. It's going... No. That wasn't it. It's the next one. This one. This is where our next key is. Oh, snap. It's Grabba. It's those things from Gobi's Valley. The Slappas and Grabbas. Oh, well. Oh, those are floor masters. They're pretty easy to defeat. I believe that gives us a key. That should give us a key. So we need one. Or two. Kick it open. Yep, sure enough. Alright. Now, let's go back from whence we came. Let's go in this room. Keep rolling when I should open the door. You do that a lot in Zelda, I think. Okay. Up. Up. Nope. Okay. Alright, I'm back for another round of recording. This is another recording when I'm picking up where I left off. Alright, well, I was trying to find a good place to save so I can turn the console off and everything and get back to where I was. But then I realized, you know what? There's this item here. Look at Link's eyes when I paused it. Pharaoh's Wind. And you see his eyes there. I forgot I haven't even demonstrated this item yet, so I'm going to go ahead and briefly demonstrate that. Well, if you're in a dungeon, what Pharaoh's Wind allows you to do is it allows you to teleport from one part of the dungeon to the next. So let's say I'm right here. If I activate Pharaoh's Wind, oh, how cool is that? Alright, and it does that. Well, what the heck does that do? Well, let's just pretend, let's go like right here. Let's just pretend that this is just some random room in the temple that's far away. And I'm like, you know what, I'm stuck. I need to just retrack and try something else. Well, then if you go to Pharaoh's Wind, it gives you these options. Return to the warp point, dispel it, or exit. If you go to return to the warp point, it'll send you back to the room where you activated it. And I think the enemies respawn as well. So that can sort of be used as a shortcut if you're stuck in one area. You can sort of go from one area in the dungeon to the next. Another thing you can do is activate Pharaoh's Wind right when you enter the dungeon, and then if you get stuck, you can warp back to the beginning of the dungeon. That way you don't have to go through the dungeon all over and go through all these different rooms and stuff just to get back to the beginning of the dungeon again. Now if you hit that, that'll drop a treasure chest with some arrows. But since I've almost got a full stock, I'm not going to worry about that. I just wanted to show that. Okay. There we go. Yeah, we've already seen all this. That's the controversial block, which apparently was changed in later versions because it was like something to do with Islam or Muslim or something. It was some kind of symbol or something. Good thing they didn't have the whole image of Muhammad, eh? Then they would have really gone after Nintendo then. Alright, another thing to explain about this room is, as you can see, the corridor is twisted again. Well, last video, I fixed this. I fixed it to where the corridor was straight. If you save your game and turn it off, and then you turn it back on, this corridor resets to being twisted again. So if you're at this point and you've been following my Let's Play and everything, and you haven't turned the game off, then the corridor should be straight at this point. It shouldn't be twisted unless you turn the game off. So if your corridor is straight and you haven't turned the game off or anything, then the corridor needs to be twisted. So in order to fix that, all you gotta do is go out here, or you can just roll around like an idiot, like I am. Come out here, hit the eyeball again, and that'll go back to being twisted. And if I would go out there and hit it now, it would go back to being straight. So just be sure that this corridor is twisted when you get to this point in the temple, if you're following my walkthrough. And if for some reason it's straight, just go out and hit the eyeball and fix it to where it's twisted again. I just wanted to clarify that because, as I said earlier, I turned the console off because I quit recording. Yeah, I didn't want people to be confused. I didn't want things to seem like they were inconsistent. Okay, so now we need to go back this way. This is where we fought that second Poe. The second Popo. And there's the locked door. Okay. Outside. And of course Navi's going to once again warn us about the shadows of monsters. She kind of catches you off guard there. You're not expecting her to just suddenly say listen. Alright, we need to go over there if we can get the jump right. Nah, I messed up. If you can get your jump right, you can actually land there. But oh well. Let's go through here. Oh crap. I was confused at first. I thought, aren't they supposed to have green flames? And then they lit up and surprised me, of course. This room's pretty easy. Your objective in this room is to melt the ice around that eyeball so you can activate it. But it's frozen. So there's two ways to do this. One way is to shoot an arrow through the flame and line it up to where it melts that. There you go. Another way to do it is to just use Din's Fire. Din's Fire is much easier, but if you want to be all awesome, you can do it the way I just did it. I remember I didn't know that when I was a kid. I always used Din's Fire just because it was the first thing that popped in my head. I thought, oh, I guess I gotta use Din's Fire. And then I later thought, wait a minute, what if you didn't get Din's Fire? What do you do? Are you just stuck? And then I found out later that you can do the arrow thing, so it's nice that they do that. Alright, now that we did that, we twisted the corridor, we can go down this hole. Now, this room right here just leads to that lobby where we had the water and the Deku Baba and all that. Now before you run out there and go crazy, I would suggest killing these spiders. Oh yeah, they thought they were sneaky. Our best friend thought he was sneaky. No, you're not. There we go. Wait, did I? No, I guess I did. I couldn't tell. Now you can run out there and Navi freaks out. Link, watch out! The ceiling is falling down. That wasn't a good Navi voice at all. This part seems tough. It's actually very easy. Here's the very easy way to do it. Run up to the switch. And that activates the switch. And then run up to this treasure chest. Oh, crap. Okay, never mind. I guess it wasn't that easy. I just wasn't quick enough. Alright, let's kill these spiders again. I don't like spiders. Okay, you just gotta be quick. I wasn't quick enough. Alright. There we go. Now, run up to the switch. Stand here. I probably could have made it if I really ran for it, but whatever. That falls down. Okay, then run up to where this treasure chest is. There's actually arrows in this, but I've almost got a full stock, so if you have like 3 arrows, you can get that, but I wouldn't bother. Okay, and we go in here. Simple enough. Okay, now if we shoot that, I don't know if I'm going to have time for this. That makes these things fall. You got to do a little puzzle. Puzzle time, hooray. Now, they're generous enough to make it where you can easily create this puzzle. Just ignore this. This is there to throw you off. Okay. Now, if the time runs out, it doesn't like, it doesn't like take you out of the room or anything. It actually tilts the blocks a different way, making the puzzle harder. But it's actually pretty easy to do this in time. You just got to be careful not to waste time or anything, like I just did. Okay. And push that, and then that'll be it. And then all we gotta do is defeat the ghost when it appears. There you are. Okay. Yeah, another way to defeat this is actually to, when it appears, just run up and hit it with your sword. I was actually using my arrows and stuff, but like that. You can actually defeat it that way too. Okay. It really doesn't matter. Just depends on your preference, I guess. I guess it kind of is quicker. I don't know. I can't really tell. Okay, I think one more hit should do it. Come on. With your demented Statue of Liberty torch. Oh, crap. There we go. Oh, I didn't even see its name. Crap. Well, one is Amy. I don't know. I know the other one is Amy, so I'm not sure. Alright, I think this will probably end the video. After we fight our best friend again. Go up here into the lobby, and that'll probably do it. I think I'm running out of time for this 11-minute part. Go down here. There's our last Poe. And that'll do this video.